Welcome back to Career Build Series Part 48. So we're going to continue to work on the sub here. I want to get this in a serviceable state so that hopefully we can use it in the career series and get moving here. So we last time we worked on getting the ballast tanks at least working. Have them working at the moment. So we need to start working on trying to get this to operate in a level state, and so we want to make sure this operates level. So let's add some fins. I don't want to add too many fins. I'm trying to make this trying to make this so that it kind of operates level at all times. That way, so instead of pitching to go down, we're going to use the props to go down. I need to see if I can get that to work. So let's go ahead and let's put a tilt sensor in. Tilt sensor does not need to be really in any specific position. Let me see. Right there is fine. All right, I'm going to do a blank microcontroller. So I want to start getting these micros going. I want this operational, and then we can worry about doing some aesthetic things, and I want to get it going in the world. So let's do stability. All right, stability. So we want to take in a number. That number will be from the tilt pitch. All right, so I want to get this pitch situated. So actually, let me try something first. Let me try no fins. All right. So theoretically, my center of mass is here. I have props aft and forwards, and so I should be able to operate these props in a way that allows me to, if I say that my nose is pitching up, I should be able to push down on these props and pull up on these props, and that should allow me to stay level. Might end up using a little bit more electricity than we like, but we'll see. Stability. Okay, stability. There we go. Let's add a number input from tilt pitch. I don't think we really need a any sort of real stability in the roll regime. That seems pretty stable just from the mass. So we have let me see, what do we have? Let's just do them in groups. So let's do let's see, number output to bow verts for vertical, and then stern verts. Stern verts for the stern vertical propellers. I also want to add a seat. Let's see, where are we at? Composite input seat. Okay, there we go. All right, so let's go. Seat is going to be up down is what's that? Up down is 4. So we want read number 4. 4 is going to be that number there. All right, so essentially what we want to do here is now we want to take the tilt sensor. We want to put it through a PID. We're going to do a advanced PID because that gives us a little bit more testing capability. We're going to go tilt sensor is going to be our process variable. We want a constant number of 0, which we don't need if we're using 0. Let's go here. So I want to limit this, so I want to clamp it. And this I want to be able to, I never want it to be able to go full because it's going to be just excessive. So let's go try negative 0.3 to 0.3. Okay. And so this is going to be, so what I need to do is I'm going to test it on one side, and that way I can tell if these need to be inverted or not. Because one set's going to come up, one set's going to go down. So, all right, so that's going to limit it to negative 0.3, positive 0.3, which might be too much. For now, I'm going to do a constant on. You know, I may change that later. Right there, constant on. Okay, let's do a constant number here. We'll start with a p-value of 1. All right. And then what I'm going to do here is I'll run a dial to this, and I'm going to run a dial to this, and then that will tell me what it's doing. So let's update this. All right, so right now I have this set just for bow verts, which is bow vertical propellers, which are these. All right. Next, I need to hook up my tilt sensor. I want a dial here. I want 2, in fact. All right, and this is going to kind of give me my my information here. So I want 2 things. I want whatever the bow verts are going to do, and I also want to read my tilt sensor here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to add some weight blocks because I want to essentially add an imbalance so that we pitch. And so I want the tail to pitch down so that we're tilting, and then I want these props to try to push down to push the nose down. All right, so see how it's doing that? Now see them starting to turn? All right, so my front propellers are turning, trying to keep me level. So right now they're in negative. They should be positive. So those probably need to be inverted. Yep, so see those are negative? Let me make sure these are going, okay, that's negative. So I want this to be positive. Okay, so the other side should be negative. So pretty simple what we'll do here. Go back into stability. So you see how that test took us like 2 seconds to get going here. So function here of -x, and then the other ones, the stern verts, should be fine to be positive. So like that. So let's update that. Let's hook up the stern verts. Stern verts, here we go. And make sure I connect the correct ones. That should be this one here and this one here. And let's test it. All right, so now this should already automatically start going. So yep, see that's pushing the, trying to push the front down. And it's going backwards in the front. So it's trying to lift this up. It's trying to lift our stern up, and it's trying to push our bow down. So let's test this in the water. We'll fill up some ballast, and we'll see if it holds us level. It might not be able to counteract all that weight, but we'll test it. Okay. So let's go ahead and fill the ballast tanks a little bit. All right, well, watch what it does. So the rear ones are going to try to lift the stern up, and the front ones are going to try to push the stern down. All right, so this imbalance is probably too much, but we've got them in the right direction. So what I'll do is I'll create another imbalance, but less severe. So all I need is it behind the center of gravity. So let's go like this. And as you can see now, we're going to have a imbalance behind the center of gravity, but it's not as extreme as before. So I just want to make sure they were going the right direction before. And so you can see that's not much. Let me go out and remember we were bobbing before, so let's do a little test, see if this is going to work. Okay. I'm going to take in some ballast water here. I want to start sinking us. Just going to come left just a hair. That's I should be taking in water, yep. Still taking in water here, 2,000. My max capacity on water. No, I think it's just... All right, so I think I'm going to need fins. I don't think the props are responsive enough to get me to do it. So I might need fins to keep me stable. And then the other thing is if I'm kind of laying on the bottom on a if I'm laying on the bottom on an angle, it's going to try to use the props the whole time. So I don't want that. So that's good to learn. So yeah, that's that kind of makes that not work for us. That's fine. I'll do some fins. All right, now we'll kind of simplify this a little bit. So let's continue to do that weight block there. Let me do fins. Okay. Let's do some fin rudders here. I think that's the correct orientation. Let's go, I think, what was this? Sterns, we're working without inversion. Let's try this. Let me disconnect everything else that I want here. So I just want these working. I don't want these connected to anything. So these should come undone. Those should go to the fins. That's fine. These should come undone here. Okay, so the only thing I want is these rear fins connected to the system. All right, we're just going to go out. We'll sync it, and I'll see if these fins control me or stabilize me. So hopefully we can just do it with rear fins there. I don't want to put front fins on. Okay. And I want to get working on this. I want to get this I'd like to get this all the way working. So I'm going to take in some ballast water. I'm already pumping. Just pushing to the left here. Again, those need to be greatly diminished here. Ooh. Problem is I run into is I have no yaw control at the moment, so I'm just going to pull myself rearwards. Alright, the issue is that's gonna... Okay, I can't really steer myself, that's a problem. Alright, I can't really steer myself, so we need to work on yaw. So let's do, let's take this and start working on this. Let's do control panel instead. Okay. So let's start working on this. So I need my seat. I need verts. Tilt pitch is fine. I need to have I need number out. Port pusher. And this can be star pusher. Okay. So this is how we're going to do our yawing. All right, so yawing is going to be 3. 3 is yaw, control CV. Okay. So so 4 right here is just going to go to verts. I'm going to clamp that right here. And then I need pitch fins. Number out pitch fins. Pitch fins. Okay, pitch fins is going to go right here. And then I need to go, so 4 is going to be my up-down, so that's verts. So again, we're limited to 30% of max. We have a negative just to invert it because they're upside down. Going to the verts. Pushers here are going to be 3. That's left-right for yaw. All right, and then I also want WS. WS is 2. So seat 2. All right, so I want a maximum yaw ability of, let's say, 30%, I think, is good. And then the other 70%, I don't think I want that much. Let's do all 30s. I don't want to eat a ton of battery. So what we're going to do here is, so we're going to have this both do push us forward, back, and we're also going to have it turn us with yaw. All right, so what we'll do there is we will essentially add them together. So presently, if I press W, they both go forwards. All right, so let's see. So we need an inversion on if I want to go to the right. I want to go right. I think I need to invert the port. Let me try that. So I'm going to start by just doing this. That's going to get this done for yaw. So I'm going to start, yaw is 4. Okay, so I'm going to go like this, starboard. I'm going to go here. Was 4 yaw? 4 is yaw. No, sorry. 3 is yaw. I never changed the number. 3 is yaw. Okay, so let's see if I can yaw. So let's update this. Let's connect it all up. So make sure my seat's connected. My seat is not connected. My seat is connected now. Okay, so we have port pusher is there. Starboard pusher is here. Verts are going to be all my verticals here. That's just controlled now by me. Okay, that's good. Pitch fins are fine. That's good. Let me make sure that I actually connected the pitch fins there. I did. Okay, good. So let's update that. Let's try to run this. And all I want to test is, here is, can I yaw? We'll do one thing at a time so that I don't, so I'm not trying to do too much and screwing it up. So, all right, so let's start yawing. So I'm going to use the left-right to yaw. Actually, I should have AD as yaw. Yeah, AD should be yaw. I screwed up the number again. I already have left-right as translation. So let's see. That will be 1 is yaw. Okay, update that. Let's try it again. Okay. All right. One concern I might have here is that I might not be able to fill that. That should fit 4,000. I have 4,000 liters in the ballast to deal with. So okay, so let's do AD. See if I'm pressing left. All right, that's backwards. Okay, that's fine. That's all we needed to test. So this is backwards. So this just needs to be inverted to here. This goes to there. That fixes that. Okay. So let me, I don't really need to test it, but I'm going to is that should give us yaw. It's always a good habit just to test it anyways. It's quick and it keeps you. So I'm going left arrow. We should be yawing left. As you can see, we yaw left. See if we can do a 360-degree turn left. Okay, good. All right, beautiful. All right, so now we're going to start adding in the forward and aft momentums, or forward and aft directions. So that's WS is 2. All right, so we just need some pluses here. Plus and plus. Okay, good. So let's take these. Let's go like this. Let's go here. Let's go there. And then this should go to there. This should go to there. And then this one will go both of these like that. Let's update this. Let's test it. So now we should be able to go forward, backwards, and we should be able to also yaw using all differential thrust and forward and reverse thrust, of course. So just using those thrusters, we should be able to do all those moves. So I'll tell you what I'm hitting for keys, just W. All right. I want to start steering to the left, so I'm going to be deleting some left and adding some. As you can see, I can steer with just my props. All right, so now there's a little bit of lag on there, which, it's not like game lag, but it's lag because it takes some time for those props to spin up and down. So, like, I'm going to hold the right, and I'm going to let go. And you can see it's still going to go for a second as the prop tries to catch up. And I have to actually counteract it a little bit. That's fine. I want this to kind of feel like a big, cumbersome vehicle. All right, let me test some more here. So let me actually get out, and let me shut this hatch. Let's go down. All right, so we also want to test my fins there. Are the fins going to keep me level is the question. So I'm taking on water here into my ballast tanks. Now, one nice thing is, a trick is, where I have these square blocks in my ballast tanks, one of the reasons why I did all square blocks to start is I can put wedges and greatly increase the size. Okay, let's hit 1 to stop. I want to go to neutral buoyancy. We're already kind of, the fins aren't doing anything really. The fins should be counteracting that pitching moment, and it's not. Alright, so I'm trying to go up with my propellers. That should be fins are doing absolutely nothing, which I don't know why. Alright, I want the fins to keep me level. They're not doing anything. So let's see what's up with that. Those are selected. They're going to pitch fins. Let's check it out. Alright, so that's... So I want... My set point is 0. I want 0 tilt. My tilt pitch is here. It's reading in. Constant number of 1 for my p-value, my proportional gain. What I'm going to do is I'm going to change that here by making this bigger. Logic add. I want to make sure I don't put a hole in my craft. Number input, p-value. P-value. Okay, let's update this, and hopefully I don't put a hole in my craft that I have to repair. Okay, it went this way, so I don't have to. Let's go logic, p-value. I want to do a keypad. Put that in here. All right, I'm going to move some stuff in here. These two here. And then these here are going to go back in the on the dash, and this way I can look at what my fins are doing, what my fins are being commanded to do, and what my tilt sensor is reading me. So my this here is going to what? Verts. That shouldn't be going to verts. That should be pitch fins, and then this should be reading the tilt sensor. And then I want my p-value here to go there, so I'm going to key in my p-value. So I want to try to get myself where my fins are activating and they are controlling my pitch so that I'm not pitching all over the place. So I'm going to start taking on water as I go out, filling up our ballast tanks. And so I want to get this running as quickly as possible. That way we can then go ahead and you know, go play with it in career, you know. So I want to get as many systems kind of dumped in here. So I stopped pumping water. I want to see, I want to get right to neutral buoyancy. I don't want to end up on the bottom. So like I said, we're just adding weight at this point. We're adding all sorts of components. Okay, so I need to pump out. Let me pump out a little bit. Trying to get to, you can see the water coming out. Okay, so right there is about 1762. Okay. Let me pump out a little bit more. Okay, where are we at now? 1681. Alright, so see, it's not holding me level. Let me look at my dials. So, part of the reason it's doing this is if the p, oh, I have no p-value, and that would be why. So let's put a p-value in of 1. Okay, why are you doing nothing now? Key p-value of 1. 0.01 is the tilt, and this is okay, let's make it 10. We'll go up in tenths. Let's just go to 1,000. I want to see this do something. It's not doing anything at the moment. Why are you not doing anything? Why are you not doing anything, fins? Okay, my fins are doing nothing, which is kind of aggravating me. Let me see. Alright, let me find why these aren't doing anything. Alright, pitch fins. Pitch fins are there. They're connected. They merged. They're merged. They don't need electricity. Okay. My pitch fins are going to my left one. Pitch fins. Okay. This one should be tilt. Tilt. Okay. So let's see if that will correct this. And so I don't know why. Let me make sure this is keyed in fine. So that's keypad going to p-value. I don't think I connected the p-value. That's probably why it's doing nothing. Yeah, I didn't connect the p-value. You don't connect it, it doesn't do anything. So that's there. Okay. All right. Let's do it again. You forget to connect something, it often doesn't work. So, all right. All right, so let's go start going. Let's put in a value of 1. So we have a p-value in our PID of 1. And let's hope you can see the fins are finally starting to move now. I think they look like they're moving. Let me look at this gauge. All right, so see they're moving. Yeah, so they're working. Okay. Start taking on some water. All right, I want to get that airlock working too. That'd be kind of a nice little distraction. All right, currently taking on some ballast. All right, so I shut my ballast tanks off. We're sinking gently. All right, 16 something was where we're at. So 17 was too much. Let's go 1680 again. Okay, we're much leveler now. Let's go to 10. Okay, see my fins are doing more now, but my fins are acting in the wrong direction. See how my fins are going in the wrong direction? All right, that is good to know because that means I need to invert them. So that's fine. So instead of inverting them, I'm gonna flip them around. So I'm just gonna cut them. Again, I'll do it 2 ways. I'll do L to rotate it. And then on this side, I will cut it, and I will just use one of the inversion keys. So cut, try I. I inverts that. And let's do merge that. Okay, now let's test it. So let's go 10 to start with. 1 was too little. It wasn't giving us enough motion to actually tell what was going on. So let's go 10 on this. All right, that's going to give us much more of a swing. All right, I'm taking on water. All right, so now, you know, it might be a mistake. It might not having like a controlling this with pitch. So I'm going to have this control more like a spaceship where, you know, it goes up, down, left, right, forward, back, and yaw. All right, so let's just go right to 1680. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pig control this. You'll enter in the ballast water you want, and it's going to, you know, it will auto-fill it. Add some more ballast water. Okay, there's positive or negative buoyancy. I'm going to take out some water until we're at neutral buoyancy. So I'm just still pumping out. Should still be pumping out. Yep, I'm pumping out, so it'll come off the bottom here eventually. Eventually. Are the pitch fins hold? Nope, there it goes. It was coming. Okay, so where's that at? 10? Let's do 20. Alright, so 20 is going to more aggressively try to maintain our pitch. Let me do 50 here. Okay, so this is keeping us much more level. Okay, so 50 is pretty good. As you can see, that's keeping us nice and level. Am I still taking water off? No. Okay, I'm going to put some more water in. Do 1680 was a good number. So there's about 1680. Okay, 1680 has a little bit of negative. Let's go, let's be real careful here. Let's go out to 1650 about. So it's going to be nice when I set in the PID so I can just type in a number. And that's going to be the water level it gives me. I do have to worry about when I connect up the airlock because I don't want it to try to refill my. It's gonna have to count. It's gonna have to count the water in the airlock. See, the airlock is in the center of the two ballast tanks. So what's going to happen is it's difficult to pump outside of the craft because you have all the pressure of the water you're trying to fight against. But if you pump the water out of the ballast tanks into the airlock, then you open the door. Well, these are full of air, and this is full of water. You can go out. Then you get back in. Well, guess what? You pump them back into these tanks. They're at a lower pressure, so you don't have to worry about that. So see, that's keeping us perfectly level, which is what we want. All right, now say I want to go down. All I do is I press my down arrow, and now we're going to go down to the bottom. All right, now my fins, see my fins are full up there? They're trying to keep us level. They're working against those props to keep us level. All right, and now I can control, I'm tapping up on them. And that's how I'm going to control my depth. All right, so we're at neutral buoyancy, right? Everybody was saying we need to have compressed air. We're at neutral buoyancy. We're making the submarine work. All right, we're steering with our props, which is a little slow, and it's a little bit of, it has lag time. Let's call it that. That's what, you know, it'd be referred to as lag time, is you put in an input and it takes a little bit of time for that input to register, because it takes time for that prop to slow down. It takes time for that prop to speed back up. All right, so here we go. So I'm liking the sub. I'm liking the kind of the industrial thick-beamed look here. It looks like it could survive a really deep dive. I like that. That's something that I enjoy. Am I touching the bottom? I'm not. So see how we can really, we're very close on neutral buoyancy here. That's good. So as you can see, this way I can type in the number and it'll be very precise exactly where we want it. So that's good. Now we have plenty of room for gauges. I can fill gauges for days and maybe do a little Lua. So what's our number here? 50. So 50 is a great number. So just a p-value of 50 is keeping us at a nice pitch here. All right, beautiful. All right, so we're making really nice progress with this. All right, so now now that we have a working system here, I'm gonna go in. Let me put 50 in before I forget it. Let me go property number. Property number. Okay, so this is gonna be here. Pitch, stability, P value. Okay, so this is going to be 50. Okay, so that goes there, and then I don't need this one anymore, that P value there, so I'm going to come up and I'm just going to delete it for now. And that's going to give us, so now we can go in and we can change that as need be. So we have our verticals working. We have our yaw working. We have our forward and reverse motion working. So that's really good. We're in really good shape here for movement. So let me update this. I kind of want to work on that airlock system a little bit. All right, so let's look. So we're in here. Let's see what I can start. So what's behind this wall? Okay, generator's right there. Okay, what is here? That is a... All right, so we have some weight blocks. Trying to think of how to do this so that it's... I don't want to take too much of the weight blocks out, and I also don't, for RP reasons, like I could put them up here. I could put them there. But RP wise, I don't like having them. Let's do this. Okay, that's like that. That's fine. Let's do a fluid port like this. All right, let me start working on my ballast system here. So yeah, I'm trying to think how I want to do this. So that's fine like that. Oh, come on, man. Symmetry. I wish you could like click a button and have it do like your last 10 moves in symmetry because you forgot to turn it on. That'd be great. Let's go up. I forget where we were here. So the top here of that is fine. All right, so we're going to put in fluid ports here. Fluid port here. Okay. And then I don't mind the diamond. I don't like the diamonds on the weight blocks. I really wish they'd finally make it so that you could paint over those so you can get rid of them. All right, so now what we're going to do here is we're going to all right, so we're going to take our water to fill our what do you call it, airlock from the actual ballast tanks. All right, and so we need a pump here. We need a pump that goes two ways. So easy way to do this is we could do two pumps. I'd rather not. I'd rather do it with I would rather do it with a valve, I think. All right, so let me just start putting a pump in here, and I'll work on it in a second. So symmetry's on. All right, so first thing we want to do is all right, so let's go T-piece here. I want this here, actually. Okay, let's delete that. Do I want it there? Valves just take up too much space. I think it's going to be a lot more efficient to just do it this way. Yeah, valves just take up too much space, I think. Okay, let's do this. I would love to do a valve. Valve's a little more elegant to me, but it's going to be a little more complex, and it's going to take up a bunch more space. And we want to do a pipe. Want to get this angle piece here. Okay, that's good there, like that. And then what I want to do here is I'm going to put a all right, so we want two pumps. I could do a valve here. Let's do valves here. Okay, please, just give me what I'm looking for, I think. Thank you. Valve. I don't want the valves there. No, I'm going to do two pumps. I'm not going to screw around with valves. All right, so this one pushes into the system. This one pushes out of the system. That pulls out of the system. Then we just need two, you are in the way, meter. Let's just delete the meters for now. All right, and then this will go like that. So what's going to happen is if I want to fill my my airlock, the water is going to come in here through the pump. This won't be off, so that will act as a block. So it will come up. It will stop here because this will be off. And then the only path it can go is in here. It will come down, and it will spit out the bottom here and flood the this tank, flood the airlock with water from our ballast system. All right, now to drain the ballast system. So this pump's going to stay off. That's going to act as a block. This is going to start to turn on. It's going to suck the water up and through, and it's going to blow it back into the ballast tanks. That's done. Okay, good. We have our two pumps here. We have ins and outs. That's good. I kind of like that. That's working for me. Let's do meters again. I want to fix that. You know, I could put them in the wall to take up less space, like not there, but right here. Let's just do that. We're going to need meters, so I'm going to just put them in the walls right now. Okay, so that's there. Let's go logic. Let's grab this and let's put them, reconnect them. Okay, so those are stowed in their permanent position now. That's good. All right, so let's start getting a microcontroller going for this. So I'm just going to do another blank. I'm going to build it on top of this. This is going to be ballast. All right. Properties, ballast. Ballast. Okay, so this is going to be logic. What do I want here? I'm just going to do a composite control. For now, I'm going to do the seat. And after that, I'm going to do the, I'll end up doing a panel, but I can just change that out from control to whatever it's going to be. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's just kind of space some nodes out, and then I'm going to Go like this, go like that. All right. So we need to go out to some, so what do I need? I need in and out. So that's on off is output to airlock in. And this will be an output to airlock out. Out. All right, and this will be ballast in. Ballast in. In. And this one will be ballast out. Okay. Not out, out. Okay, that's good. See, I could do it with 2 pumps and do all of it with valves, but I don't think I want to get into that right now. It's going to be kind of a mess. This is going to be more simple, I think. Okay, so right now I'm going to do the seat. So ballast in and out is still going to be 1 and 2. So we're just going to read some booleans, 1, 2, and then this one's going to be 1, 2. Okay, so this is going to be 1 and 2 here for the ballast in and out. So ballast in is 1. Ballast out is going to be 2. 3 is going to be airlock in. 4 is going to be airlock out. Airlock out. And I should probably not control that with the seat, but I just want to make sure it works, and then I'll change it to a panel. Okay. All right, so let's go here. Let's go composite seat logic here. So this is going to be ballast in. This here is going to be ballast out. Ballast out. Larger pumps will help at lower depths. Airlock in. So this is going to push water in the airlock. This is going to blow water or push water out of the airlock, or pump. Let's say pump. Pump is the right word. All right, so now we're not going to be able to fill that airlock without... I always missed the jump. We're not going to be able to fill that airlock with water until we have our ballast tanks. So let's do this really quick. Let's take a meter. I'm just going to grab... I want to delete this too. We don't need these. That was just for testing our... Make sure our whatever you want to call it that I can't remember the name of was working. That our pitch stabilization was working. Okay, and I'm just going to do this. I just want to manually read the meter. I want to see what this capacity is in this. Okay. All right, so let's get in there. All right, so let's manually read this. All right, that's perfect. So this holds 1,578 liters of water. So we're about 1,650 liters is neutral buoyancy. So we'll have double the water we need in our ballast tanks that we need to fill this room. Perfect. And we very easily increase the capacity of our ballast tanks too. So let's just sink us to the bottom. All right, so we're filling quite quickly, actually. And so I want to get this, let's get to neutral buoyancy. So 1650 was neutral buoyancy. And I'll hit the 1 key once we get there. And I'll change this to an actual key designation. I kind of went too far. Let's go back down to 50. Okay, so let's see. Are we neutrally buoyant? Let's go a little bit more. I want to get this. Oh, we're going to need more water because we took the weight blocks off. So we need to account for that. Okay, so I have 2,000 in there. So those weight blocks were making it so we need... Okay, so we're going to sink to the bottom. That's fine. Okay, so we now have 4,000 liters plus in there. So let's start pumping into the... Okay, let's start pumping in to the airlock. And I'm just going to kind of fly through the wall and make sure it's doing. There we go. See it filling? All right, so that's draining from these tanks here. So see how it's... Oh, is it just draining from one side? It's just draining from one side, which is a problem. I don't know why it's draining from one side. I need those equal. All right, so see now this is going to fill up our airlock with water. We're not going to have to reaccount for buoyancy because this is now giving us equal buoyancy to what we have in us. We can open the hatch. Now we can get out. Now we can go back in, right? And so, of course, I don't have the panel in here, but I'm going to go back in the seat. I'm going to fly through the wall. Okay, let's fly through the wall. Let's go in here. So you see we're floating weird because it took out a 1 tank for some reason. All right, now I'm going to press 4. And 4 should send all that. I'm going to press 3 to stop it. 4 should send all that water back in the tank. So for some reason, it's only taken from that starboard tank. So I'll have to see what's up with that. Maybe I'll put a cross flow in there just to protect from that. You know, I don't know. All right, so now it's going to be filling from the ballast tank, or from the airlock into the tanks. So let's go ahead and open the door, and we're empty. So now we're back to, you know, airlock status. So we can open that up, we can go in, we can fill it, we can exit, we can go do cable repair, whatever the new update has given us, and then we can come back in and out. So we have a way to get in and out of our sub now. Beautiful. All right, good. So that's working. It's not working exactly the way I want, so let's check. So it was taking the starboard tank only, and it helps if I actually connect these to something. Okay, so that's what it was. I didn't connect it to anything. Airlock out. Airlock out is the top one, and then we have airlock in is the bottom one. So I didn't connect it for some strange reason. I didn't. Okay. All right, so let's test that again. I figured that was all it was. So let's just let it bring us all the way to the bottom. We'll quickly test the airlock. So I'm going to put a lock in there if the so that door will lock if the value is greater than 0. That way we cannot flood. We can't get that door open if there's water in there, essentially. Okay, so we're sinking at the bottom. All right, so the other test I want to do, I want to fill these ballast tanks to 100%, and I want to see if I can power us up with our engines. Now, what this is going to do is, if we get negative buoyancy, i.e., we have enough water that we would sink like a stone, I want to make sure that we can still come up to the surface so we don't go trapped underneath. So here we go, pressing up. And we can. As you can see, I can hold us at the top. So we can resurface. So let's say we have an emergency, right, and we accidentally overfilled our ballast tanks. We're at the bottom of the water. We want to make sure that we can power to the surface because we can't pump out. All right, so that works really well. Let's fill the ballast tanks. I'm sure they work. Or fill the airlock. I'm sure it works. But let's press the 3 key to fill. They're both emptying. Beautiful. I'm trying to think if I want to put a cross-flow valve in there. What a cross-flow valve will do is essentially allow water to go back and forth at an equal amount into the ballast tanks. I don't think I even need to power it. I think all I need is a pipe and a couple fluid valves. So I think I'm going to do it. That way it'll be easy to get them to maintain the same amount of water. All right, so that is done. So let me actually get out of the sub and float. And I'm going to come in to the airlock. And as you can see, it's full of water. I go in. Okay. Shut the hatch. Not the latch, the hatch. Okay. All right, and now I want to empty them. Let's press 3 to stop at 4. All right. And then I should be able to open this door. And we're dry. Beautiful. Okay. So let's add some more logic to this. So this is ballast. I want to add a lock for that door. So let's enter in meter. So we need a number input, airlock meter. Okay, airlock meter is going in. Then I want to make this wider. Make it wider like this. Then I want to add output of door lock. Lock. All right, so essentially I just want if the if the water volume is greater than 0 inside of the airlock, I want the door to be locked. So pretty simple. Airlock meter. If the airlock meter is greater than 0, lock the door. Pretty simple update. Okay, logic. Door lock. So that's going to lock this door because we never want to flood the inside. This meter is going to go to the fluid level, not capacity. We'll spawn it. I'll test our door lock. So right now this should be 0, so I should be able to open the craft door, the cockpit door. Let's call it that. Okay, that opens. Let's start filling this with, fill our main ballast with water. I'll also press 3, start filling the airlock with water as well. Let's see if I can open the door. Locked. Okay, let's stop it. Stop that, and I'll also empty the airlock. It's locked. Eventually, when this gets to 0, you'll see it should show unlocked. There we go. And now it'll only let us go in and out of here when there's not a differential between them. This one I'm going to have to work on. It'd be something like, probably could do it here. Okay, let's put a meter here. I'm just going to read this from the exterior. All right, so let's sync this and let's test that one. This is going to allow me to decide how to, I'm going to have to compare the two. So let's go ahead and sync. And so essentially, if this reads that we're underwater, I want it to lock that hatch if there's no water in the airlock. And I'll leave like maybe 20 liters, you know, of buffer in there in case it's like 20 liters low. It's let me open it. But I think it's precise, so I don't think I have to worry about it. Okay, let's go. I just want to read that meter, so I don't need to do anything else. All right, fluid meter, let's read it. Is it reading? Okay, come on. What's it reading? Will you just behave yourself, please, so I can work here? Fluid, so it's reading a fluid. The top number is what? So top number should be the actual number, I think. Top number is the actual number, bottom's capacity. Okay, so top number. So if it's greater than 0, so let me see. Ballast, need to add a node. Okay. Number input, exterior meter. Exterior meter. Okay, exterior meter is going to come in. Okay. Okay, so if this is greater than 0, so we want another door lock too. Let's go property up. This I'm going to end up putting on the side of the ballast tank. So not only will that give us more ballast capacity, but it will also it will give us, you know, we have plenty of place to put these microcontrollers. Let's see, what's this? What do I want to do here? So I have external meter, airlock meter. This needs to be an output to top hatch. Hatch lock. Okay. And so top hatch lock there. So if the exterior meter is greater than 0 and let's say, I think it was 1576, so let's just say, and the airlock meter is do 1570 and 1600. So essentially, if it's full, let's actually go 0. Let's go -10 to 1570. All right, so if we're underwater essentially, and we have we don't have a full airlock. It's going to lock the door, so we can't access it. So it's only going to let us open the door if it's only going to lock that door if we have an imbalance. So let's update that. Took it all up. Top hatch lock, exterior meter. Okay, let's run this, see if it works. Okay, so we should be able to get in that door now. It's open. Okay, good. So if it's out of the water, essentially, we should be able to open it. Let's sink us, and let's see if... all right, so let me read this meter as we go down. All right, so it's negative right now because it's up in the air. That's good. That's what we want. As you can see, as we sink, it's sinking as well. That's it, where it's going positive, essentially. It's going to have a positive water volume. All right, so that's growing now. That's locked. Okay, that became locked. I can't get in there. Okay, that's what I want. Now I want to get in here. And I want to jump in my seat, and I want to press 3 to... I pressed 2 keys at once. Okay. Okay. I'm pressing like all my keys here. Okay, stop. I don't even know what I'm doing anymore here. Okay, so this is going to be locked because it's filling with water. That's fine. That should be close to full. It's open. Okay, so that lets us open the door. All right, so that's going to lock the door if there's an imbalance in there, essentially. Let me read the meter. I want to see what the volume is of this. So this is just safety protocol, so we can't flood it, because if we flood that main compartment, we are in deep trouble. All right, 1578. So let's just index that. It goes over 1578, so we should be fine putting 1578. I'll leave 8. 8's not a big deal. That's going to keep us safe. All right, so that's pretty good. So now we have auto-locking doors. Let's actually make a panel for this. Let's start working on our panels here. Yeah, let's start working on our panels. I want to get this kind of hooked up the way I want it. All right, so let's look. Let's start getting our panels worked on here. Yeah, it's time to get working on panels. This is gonna make it much easier. All right. That's good. That's good. Let's do 2 panels. Let's do 3 panels here. I want this thing stacked with panels. I want to be able to do everything. I don't want them in the support beams, though. Nah, they're going to have to be in the support beams. Yeah, I don't mind them being in the support beams. Let's try this, see if I like that. Kind of keep that support beam kind of on its own. Just kind of, thinking of aesthetics and how it's going to look. Okay. That's kind of nice. That gives me wraparound controls. I have plenty of space. I can't put them on here because those are wedges. That's fine. I have these up here. That's fine. My top window there. Okay. That's pretty good. Okay, so now I want to do... Let's make this left panel my ballast panel. So let's start working on the ballast tanks here. Or do I want them? I kind of might want them on a front panel just so that they look, so that they account for port starboard here. Yeah, I could put them here. Let me see. I'm trying to think how I'm going to put this in. I want to put in a number 2. So let's go. Let's take off symmetry. Let's go like this. Let's put a keypad in. I want to get this PID controlled and have the actual water buoyancy that I want, or the water level that I want. put that like that. And then let's take this. And let's go. That was fine the way it was. I don't know why I deleted it. I like gauges, I think, for this. Gauge, port ballast. Port ballast, gauge, vertical, 0 to, let's say, 2200. That's 1. 2 is going to be starboard ballast. Gauge, vertical, 0 to 2200. 2200. That's going to be 2. Okay. That's going to set our what do you call it? Our value in there. And then what I think I'm going to do is an indicator pump in, indicator pump out. Ballast in, indicator 3, ballast out, indicator 4. All right, what color I'm going to paint these is pretty obvious, I think. Go blues. Blue there. That'll be that blue, and then this one will be a lighter blue because we're taking water out. Okay, so that's pretty good, I think. That's going to allow me to do that. Let me, okay, so that's that. That's good there. And then I want a panel in here. I actually want to control the all my pumping from here because I'm going to be standing in here when I do this. So I want symmetry off. I want a panel. Make it white. Okay, so let's go like this. Okay, I can't do that with the ladder there. I can put it between the ladder rungs. So let's go undo there. Let's go ladder rung there. Let's go panel. Another reason to separate the ladder rungs is it looks less busy, but it also gives me space to put a panel. All right, so all right, so let's go fill slash empty, fill slash empty. We'll make that a button. I'll put it on up down counter. That will be a so this will be, we'll make it 5. We're going to make those gauges all work together. That'll be a push. It'll be a button. It'll be 5. I want this to be 6. What do I want that to be? This will be quantity. So this will be airlock level. Airlock level. That will be a gauge. It'll be vertical. It'll be 0 to 1580. I'll be 6. This here will be hatch, indicator, okay, so these will be if it's locked. If they go out, actually, let's make them green. Hatch lock, hatch unlocked. All right, so that will only read there if will read as color if it's if it's unlocked, it'll go green. Is essentially what it'll be. Actually, I just want to. I think I want them red. So if they're red, they're locked. Okay, so that's gonna be 6. This will be 7. So hatch locked, and then cockpit door locked. Pit door. Cockpit door. Indicator, that's 8. All right, so let's paint these. These should be red. And then this one will be, it's just going to tap this anyways. That'll be blue. That'll be blue. Can we put a better blue in there? Now that gets funky wonky. That's fine. Let's go there. Maybe this blue here. Nah, it's lighter blue. Nah, this blue's good. Okay, so that's going to read if the doors are locked or not. All right, let's put a cross feed in here. So essentially what I want to do is the ability to have these automatically level. And so what I can do here is I have to kind of, okay, so that's right there. What is this? What's that? Ooh, this would be perfect if I can go there. What is there? That is the fluid port. That's fine. Okay, there we go. See, that's awesome. Okay, so what I can do here is I have perfect space here to put a, what is that thing? I can put a fluid port here with a pipe, and the water will automatically level between the two chambers. It should flow right through, and that will keep it so that I don't even have to manually control it. Wrong direction. Don't do that. Okay, I want symmetry on. I probably didn't. No, I did delete the block. Okay, good. Okay, so what this is going to allow me to do is put a. That's actually taking away ballast room, so let's do this. This will allow me to pipe across like this, and that should keep these volumes the same because the water is going to try to. It's going to go through and back and forth, and it's going to keep those level. So let's do that. Let's see what else. So I now have ballast control. So let me hook my Jerry. Not Jerry. Let me daisy chain my panels together. So I need to daisy to this one. This is going to go to control now. And then I need an output to panels. So I need to add an output here. So composite out to panels. Okay, that's going to give me all my readings for quantities and all that good stuff. So I could start running that out. So I'm just going to do I'm just going to write, what do we have, eight numbers? I'm just going to write eight numbers here. That way I have all the space to do what I need to. So let's do quantities. I'll keep it in liters. I like gallons, but I'll keep it in liters. All right, so the airlock meter is going to be, what was that? 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, the exterior meter, I don't want one. I also need to, okay, that's good. So ballast 1 and 2 are ballast tanks, port and starboard. So I'm going to have those quantities come in here. Okay. So I need to go back out here. Let's boom, boom. Add 2 more numbers. Number input, port, ballast, star, ballast. Okay, those 2 are there. Starboard ballast and port ballast are here. They're going to go to 1 and 2. Okay, those are done. Okay, that's going to read out that for me. Okay, so these are going to read those values out to that panel for me. Then I need to read my on-offs, so I'm going to write on-offs. I'm just going to do 8 again. I'm going to be missing a bunch of, have a bunch of holes, but it doesn't really matter. I have the space for it. Okay, so if I'm doing ballast in, that was what? Ballast in, I think, was 3. Ballast out, I think, was 4. Okay, and then I need the locks. So I think it was hatch lock is there. And then where was door lock? Door lock is here. Door lock is there. Okay, and then did I fill that gauge? That's that gauge there. Okay, so I think that works. Let me update this. Let me take this so it goes to the end of the daisy chain like that, and let's get this going here. Let's see if those new panels work. All right, let's jump in. Zing. All right. All right, so now we want, I have to add the keypad. That would be important. Okay. Trying to think how I want to do this. I don't want these running constantly. So I want to put in a number. I want it to read the numbers. Let me check something really quick. All right, so we have our dial I want. So I just put that cross flow in there. I want to make sure that it's still it's not reading them as one tank now, because it's fine if it does, but I need to know to be able to set up the system. So I'm just going to read the capacities here and see what they're actually at and make sure they're not reading each other as well. 2671, 2671. So that's perfect. So I can run them as independent tanks. That cross flow will let the water go in and out, but it's not going to cause it to. I'm actually going to put a valve for the cross flow, I think. That way I can determine if I want it on or off. Don't do symmetry, please. Okay, valve. All right, so we do a cross flow valve here. That way, if they get imbalanced, I'll manually open the cross valve. Or you know what I'll do? I'll put it on automated system so that it, if the imbalance is more than say 100 liters, it automatically opens the valve, and it will close the valve if it's not. So make it a kind of a cool system. Okay, so I need to add keypad. So let's go properties. So this is getting big. Let's do this first. Let's grab this sucker, cut it. Let's move it over here. This is going to go in the wall of one of our ballast tanks here. So might as well be this one. I'm not going to attach it yet. I'm actually going to flip it over too. I'm not going to attach it yet, but by putting it here, I have more than enough space to keep expanding it. And I'm just going to expand the sucker out a little bit so I have plenty of room. I'm going to keep adding to it. So it's going to be one of our big panels. So okay, so now I need, let's go output cross flow valve, cross flow valve. Okay, port and starboard ballast. I need keypad, number, input, desired ballast. All right, so I'm going to add the two tanks together and I'm going to put one number in. So like, you know, they hold, what was it, 2,600 gallons, 2,600 liters a piece. So you're talking 5,200 total, 5,200 total liters of water. So I would add the two together and then you'd put in, say, 5,200 liters. So let's do that. Let's go in there. All right, so we have desired ballast and a keypad now. Cross flow valve. Okay, so let's do the cross flow really quick. That should be easy. So okay, so this is what we'll do. So we will take all right, so we'll take port ballast. If I could find it. Port ballast. Okay, port ballast. So we'll take port ballast minus starboard ballast. if the difference is plus or minus, say, 100, if it's between, so we'll say negative 100, positive 100. So if the difference there is 100, essentially, if it's not 100, so if it's 100, we don't want the cross flow valve. If it's greater than 100, so we're going to do a not. I could just put greater. Here, let's do greater. If it's greater than 100, I want so if the difference, so if say this is 2,000 and this is 1,000, so 2,000 minus 1,000. No, so I need the threshold because I need to go positive, negative. Okay. Okay. So now let's I'll run the math through my head really quick. So let's say this is, the port is 2,000, so 2,000 minus 1,000, all right, is 1,000. All right, so that's 1,000. So if it's outside of this range, which it is, it's way high, crossflow opens, try to level them. Let's say it's the other way around. It's 1,000 minus 2,000, right? 1,000 minus 2,000, right, is what's that? Negative 1,000? Yeah. That's going to also do the valve here. I just ran over the dog. So she's been sitting behind my seat all day, and she keeps getting run over, and then she startles me, and I'm trying not to run over. That's why my math is hokey, is I'm trying not to run over as I'm doing math in my head. Okay, so let's try this. Let's see if the crossflow valve opens. And so we can do this really simply. I will manually screw them. All right, so that's good. Let's do this. Let's test the crossflow valve. Okay, I need the knot in there. If I don't have the knot in there, it's not going to work. So, okay, so if it's not within this range, it's going to open the crossflow valve essentially. Okay. All right, let's do a light. Light's easy. Okay. I really hope I saved that. I did. I hope. Crossflow valve. Okay. Crossflow goes to there. Crossflow goes to here. Okay. Starboard ballast. Should probably hook these up. That would be real helpful. Fluid meter. Fluid level. Port ballast is here. Okay. What is that? Desired ballast is going to go to the keypad. Okay, so let's test the crossflow valve. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a spawner. I'm going to spawn in the port side only, so symmetry's off. And I'm going to fill it full of water. Okay, and that light should come on. Light's on. Okay, so because the, let's see if it writes itself. Crossflow should be open. So let's hopefully it fills that starboard tank up with water. I can actually see one of the reasons I put it on the outside wall here so I can read the fluid meter. It should be climbing. Yep, see it climbing? It's going to be weird because of the angle, but it's going to allow that to fill with water. So it's allowing that starboard side to fill. You know, so let's do a smaller amount. Let's do 200 on this. So let's go like, so what's 10% would be 200, about 10%. Let's go 8%. So we still should have an imbalance, but see it's a much smaller imbalance. You can actually see the list. And then that should be open. It is open. It's just, it's such a small amount of water, it doesn't want to transfer, even though that's the lowest part. Okay, so that's going to work in theory. It's open. It's just it might need to be pumped, which I don't want to screw with it too much. But crossflow is open. I don't want to overcomplicate it, but I can. So I wonder if the water goes down between the batteries. I bet it does. I don't know. I thought somebody said they blocked them, but okay. Anyways, crossflow is working. It's just how effective it's going to be. I don't know. I can make it better later. I'm not going to waste too much time with it. Okay, so let's get working on actually having the ballast tanks work again. All right, I actually want to I want to remember to take the fluid spawner out of there before I forget it. And wondering why we always have 100 imbalance. Okay, so desired ballast is here. So let's go. Let's do a PID. PID, advanced PID, of course. I shouldn't need to really play with the number all that much. I will need to play with the number a little bit. So let's do this. Number p-value. P-value. Okay, number p-value. Where did that go? It's down here, I think. There we go. Number p-value. All right, proportional gain. So the desired ballast is our set point. Okay, and then our process variable is going to be port and starboard added together. So let's do a plus here. Port and starboard added together is going to be our process variable. All right, so now essentially if this is, so if it's greater than 0, where's my greater than? I'm just trying to copy it in there. Control C, V. All right, so if essentially if the if this is positive, I want to pump in. Ballast in. Okay. And then if this is negative, and that should auto shut the other one off. I want to ballast out. Okay, and I no longer want to control it with the seat. Okay, got to go down like that. No longer want to control that with the seat. And then these here, 1 and 2, are going to be, I'm going to read for what those were. So that goes like that now. Okay, and these can be deleted. Okay, so now we are manually, or we're automatically with PID controlling that. I want a constant on. Constant on the PID. That's going to give us a nice constant rate there, or it's going to keep it on, essentially. Keypad. Could have copied it off the dash, but whatever, I'll do this. So we have one there. This one's going to, that's going to go to the p-value. Okay, let's spawn this. I have gauges that should be reading my ballast water on the dash. Let's hope those are working, because that way I can read my ballast water. So my ballast reading 0. Let's say I want 5,200. Nope, this should be 1. And then this will be 5,200. See if this is enough to get us going. There we go, ballast in. It's filling our ballast. 80, 110, 90, 110. What's up with this water in my... Why am I filling with water in here? I left the door open. What is going on here, man? I left the door open. Okay, let's try this again without leaving the door open like a dummy. Try not to act like a dummy. Okay. Let's close the hatch. This door should be shut when not in operation. Let's put in a 1 here. 1 was perfectly fine. Let's put in a... Let's just do 1,000 right now. That should be 500 aside. Ballast instantly comes on. And then this is counting both sides. And so I might click those pumps on and off. I'm worried about how much electricity that's going to use, but see, it's going back and forth. So let me see if I can drop this number down so it's more precise. Let me drop that to 0.1. Let me drop it to 0.01. So I want to get trying to get the decimal places down so that it, see if this will work to not trigger so easily. Just go a ton of ones, see if it. I don't mind it doing this, but I'm not going to watch these gauges operate all day long like this, so. I don't want them flashing like that at me the whole time, so that's something to think about. It's working well. I don't want those gauges flashing back and forth at me constantly. Let's go a higher number, see what that does. Yeah, see, it's gonna go on off on off on off on off. Okay, so I think I have an idea here. So essentially what I want to do is if I want to get it within, say, 20. Okay, so this should be easy to do, I think. So, yeah, this should be easy to do. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to put a 20-liter kind of window in there, okay? So this was fine as 1. I'm going to do a, I don't want a constant number. I'm going to do a property number. Property number of 1. Let's see, ballast, PID, P value. We'll just do 1. 1 was fine. Okay. So that's there. Okay, so what I'm going to do is essentially, say I put in 1,000. Okay, or let's say 500. 1,000. What I put in, as long as it's within 10% of the desired number, it will. As long as it's not within 10% of the number, it's going to turn on the PID. So the PID will shut off if we're within essentially 10%. Okay, so let's do this. So these are added together. So I have port and starboard ballast. I have the number. So I think I can do this again with a subtraction. Okay, so if the current ballast in there is if it's not within let's say 20, negative 20, so if it's not negative 20 or positive 20, so if it's outside of that range, so if it's more than 20 away, or there's 20 liters too much, or let's say there's 21 liters too much, or there's 21 liters too few, it will turn on the PID to correct the ballast. If it's within that range, it's going to shut the PID off, so we won't get the on off on off on off on off. Okay, let's do that. Confirm, spawn. Okay, let's test that. See if it works for me. So it's only going to turn the PID off. If the PID shuts off, it's not going to, it's going to give us a 0. It's not going to do it. So I don't need that anymore. Let's go 1,000 here. Okay, we're filling. As soon as it gets within the range, it should shut off. And then we won't get hopefully get the light back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Bingo. That shuts it out. Okay. So the starboard ballast is 504. The port ballast, I don't know why that gauge isn't reading, is 485. It's out. Okay, so now let's see. I want 0 ballast water in there. It's going to pump out. Beautiful. That keeps it from doing that flashy business. And these are going to pump out. Okay, it's thinking, I think. Now it's going. It was just, I don't know why it was doing it like it was doing it. Bingo! Okay, so we now have a ballast system that will, that works beautifully. Okay, that's great. All right, does exactly what I want. So we'll In honor of that, doing exactly what I want, we're going to save. Career build sub backup. Okay. That's beautiful. That works well. Those lights come on. I want a light for, trying to think. I would like a transfer light, but I'll work on that later. That's not imperative right now, just if that auto transfer is on. Let's see what else we have here. We have so much gauge room. It's beautiful. All right, so let's start working. What do I want to work on here? Ballast is really in great shape. We did, you know, a lot of work on the ballast. So ballast is working great. We have a cross flow valve. Yeah, we have a cross flow valve that's working. Let's see. We could get this diesel up and running. That's something we could do. So let's see. Let me try to find this a home. I can't see much more ballast work I need here. That's good. I have a ton of nodes. Let me shrink it. I have plenty of space to put it if I need it. So let's shrink it. Let's update that. Let's see if I can. I'm going to just move it off the side here a second. Cut that. Move it out one. All right. Let's move it out a couple here, right there. All right. Now let's make sure symmetry's off. It is. All right. I'm going to cut this in the side. I'm going to place it. So I don't know how many blocks I have there, but I think that probably do it. So that's all perfect. That can go. These are batteries. Those that works. So let's take this. Cut. Okay, let's see if I can place this in the side here. All right, perfect. That goes there. Okay, let's put some block here. All right, so ballast is put away. That's beautiful. All right, so that works really well. We have a good ballasting system here. I think it's probably time. What's this? This is what? What is this? What is this? Control panel. Oh, okay, this is my controls. Is there anything else I need of that? No, we have good balance. We have that. Oh, limiters on the. I need limiters on these side props, the laterals. I don't think I have any lateral control in here. Pitch fins, verts, pusher, star pusher. Okay, so I need to put a couple here, a couple nodes for. I need port translation, output, port translation. Translation. Those should be, I don't know yet, and then star translation. Okay, star translation, output number. Okay, so we need to figure out which one these are going to be. So that's port and starboard. We need to read off the seat here. So I'll grab these and theoretically move them down. So all I'm doing is clamping these. So this is going to be our left, right. Left, right is 3. Okay, so seat 3. Let's hook up one of them. I'm going to clamp it right now. Clamp. And I don't want a ton. I want negative 0.2, positive 0.2. Let's see how that might still be too much because we have 4 of them total. So let's go port translation, make sure these move in the right direction. Okay, logic. Where are we at here? Port translation. So that's going to go to, okay, it's this one here, I believe. Yep, it's that one there is port. There's the other one. Port, what is that? Port translation starts, why do I have them named the same here? Port translation. Oh, because I didn't delete that. That's why. Okay. That goes to here. All right, and then I want nothing connected to these here. So I'm working on this now, so I can. What's that going to? Nothing. Those are going to nothing. These can both be deleted. That will fix that for me. All right, so let's just translate left and right, make sure that it's going right. So only the port side is going to turn on, so I just need to see if the port needs to be inverted or not. So I'm holding left. I want to go left. It's doing nothing. Okay, doing a whole lot of nothing. Okay, I labeled it funny too. Let me fix it. All right, so port translation, this should be star translation. I just retyped it. The whole point was to save some time, but I didn't do it. All right, so I meant to go to port translation. There we go. Okay, port translation. Let's see if it'll work now. All right, so I want to see if I need to invert this number and which number I do need to invert. Because one of them will need to be inverted, and they're going to be clamped at 2. So holding left arrow button, I want to go left. We go left. So starboard starboard needs to be inverted. Point 2 seemed, let's go point 1. I think with having all 4 of them, that will give us plenty. And then this one will be like this. Okay, I can go like this here and then invert it off of a function here. Just give me the function, please. Thank you. Function -x. And that will just invert the number for me here. Okay, let's hook that up. Star translation. Logic, starboard translation. Starboard translation goes there. This goes here. This goes to here. And then spawn it. All right, and let's see if we get a nice kind of controllable, not crazy translation left and right. This doesn't need to be super powerful in this. Okay, that's good. It's even a little bit more powerful than I'd like. I'm holding left and it's doing... Okay, it just takes me a second there. Okay. I think I want to cut those... No, I want to cut their power down even more. I don't need a ton of power on this, so let's go 05 and 05. There, that takes that down even more so that it's even less powerful. Okay, update that. That's good. So we have control is pretty good. Let's see what else we want to do here. I can get rid of this dial, I think. All right, so let's get into the, I think we're going to start working on the diesel here, making this diesel work. So let's start just working on some of the mechanical stuff here. Let's go up to the belt drive. Ooh, what's this doing here? Don't need a cylinder head up there. So we want a starter. And we have a starter. Okay, good. I need a pump somewhere, so... see. Try to think of how to do this pump here. Can I go up one? I can go up one. Okay, so let's do this. A little tricky here. We'll cut this. We'll put this up like so. We'll paste it. All right, now I'm going to grab just a crankshaft that has no cylinders on it. And then merge this back. And this is going to give me space to put my pump. All right, so I think I'll do... Can I do 2 pumps here? Okay, so now I have a pump on this side. I'm going to do a pump on this side here as well. And so I was going to do this raw water. I might put it through a cooling system. I keep hitting the wrong button. There we go. Okay, so this is fluid in. That's fluid out. Okay, so I can work this. And we'll put a radiator. So I actually need some weight in the back. Or liquid. I want a liquid heat exchanger is what I want. Okay, I have a liquid heat exchanger now. Okay, so there's a big liquid heat exchanger. I don't know what this weighs. Let me look. 16, that's a little heavy, but we needed some weight in the stern, so Okay, so let's see. I want so one of them is going to be my water pump on this A side, and that's going to take in water. So what's that? That is, let me see what this is here. So can I cut through these walls and make it through all the way? I can right there. I can come out. Okay, that's fine. Because that's fluid in. A little convoluted piping system here. It's a little bit of a convoluted design I have going on here, but whatever. I think I need to go down one more. Actually, I want to get away from this. I want to get away from the cylinder head so I don't have to cut in, so I have plenty of space to do other stuff. So it'll be a little bit of a hike on this pipe, but whatever. Okay, there we go. So this is going to be, I think that was fluid in. I hope it was fluid in. I'm going to cut it and check it, but I'm pretty sure this was fluid in. Fluid in, okay, undo. Okay, so the other side will be fluid out. So this is going to take water in. I just have to spit the water out somewhere. So, are you killing me? What are you doing there? No, that's fine. That was designed to be squared. All right, fluid port here. J there. Okay, so this is going to take in water. Actually, I don't think I want to take in water from the outside. I'm trying to decide. The fear is if I take in water from the outside, I can't get rid of it. So I want to take in, I think I want to cool with ballast water. Yeah, I'm going to have to cool with ballast water, I think, because I'm just afraid I can't get rid of it. Yeah, I'm really afraid if I do not ballast water, I can't get rid of it. So what we'll do here is this. Oh, come on, just give me what I want. Let's get rid of some of these convoluted pipes here. Let's can I turn that there? I cannot. Let me cut this here. Let me go. That's a meter. That's fine. I think I can push this right here. Can I sit? Can I put it here? No. The meter can move. The meter's going to move. I don't want symmetry on. That's good. Okay, cut. This meter's going to move over one. That's fine. It's not in the way there, I don't think. No, it is in the way. Killing me here. Killing me, Smalls. Okay. Can it go down? It can go down, I think. So let's cut that, move it down one. Okay, that's fine. Okay, so I'm going to take from ballast water because I'm afraid that if I don't, I'm going to run into a problem where I can't overcome the water pressure. So that's something you always have to worry about in the sub. As you get lower, you know, once we get low, we're not going to be able to use our diesel much anyway. But, you know, we want to keep that in mind. So we are losing air volume in the back here as well. So we had too much air volume in the back, so this is actually kind of helping us a little in that way as well. I'll put some of the stuff that I need on the engine on the other side. That's fine. Okay. All right, so what we're going to do is this is going to pump water in from our ballast tank, just that port tank. We do have automatic cross flows. Plus, it's going to push it right back in. We don't have to worry about that. It's pushing it right back in. And then we want to flow through here. And so this is going to be our cooling water. We're going to cool with our ballast. Now, I'm curious how much we're going to warm up our ballast water and if that's going to be a concern. I doubt it's going to be too much of a concern. This is going to be running when we're up close to the surface anyways. We can't really do raw water cooling because I'm not worried about scaling because we'll be recalling this quite often, but I am worried about the ability to overcome the water pressure. So this is something that we need to be concerned about. So let's go here and, all right, so this here is going to get us where we're, all right, so this puts us in our cooling loop. All right, the other loop is going to be for our actual coolant manifold. And so I want to do, I'm going to come in off of right here, I think. I'm eating up a lot of my nodes that I'm going to end up needing, but I still should have space. All right, coolant manifold here for the engine. So this will cool us. I need to put a manifold around. So I need to make sure I have, ooh, that's ugly right there. I need to make sure I have a way to get all, let me make sure I can connect all the cylinders. Kind of in a tight spot here, so let's go like this. Okay, so that connects the centers, the center section. What is up with this? Why is this like this? Did I put it in the wrong spot? I did. This, come on, man. Give me this thing. That goes like that. So that connects this bank and this bank. I need to be able to connect the, other two banks here. So it's kind of getting in the way a little. Stop that. Let me see. Okay, so I'm connecting these two banks here. This bank. Okay. Connecting this bank, the forward bank, the port bank. I need to connect those two. Okay, so I'm connecting the forward bank, which is this bank, with this bank. Okay, so these two are connected. Now I need to connect them to the other ones as well. So let's go like, I think I can do it like this. Trying to get this connected here. Okay. It's going to be a little bit convoluted, but I think it will work. That will go like that. This will go, I'm going to put an extra T-piece just because I'll probably need it at this rate where I'm kind of dancing around where I'm going. Okay, so now this bank is connected to this bank. Now I need to connect them to, the forward bank is connected to this bank. That will connect this bank and then this bank. All the banks should be connected. All right, good. Let me do like so. Let me do like, all right, so all the banks are connected. This was a convoluted mess of an engine. This is not, nobody's ever going to see this, thankfully, because it's ugly, ugly. All right, so there's going to be fluid in here for the, for this side of the coolant system. Who knows if this is going to actually pump? Probably electric pumps are going to be better, but who knows? Okay, I've screwed myself here. All right. This is ugly. I have to undo this. I'm just going to undo all this mess and crap. All right. I have to go with electric pumps. It's going to be too tough for me to do with these. It's just convoluted and it's going to be a mess and an absolute nightmare for me to get that running like that. So those are gone. Starters, all I have on there. I don't need an extra crank. Cut that. Put this down. If I need extra cylinders, I have the space to put. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to actually put extra cylinders on now, just because in case. Okay, that way I have them. I can run at a lower RPS. I can run at lower heat. I can run at lower fuel usage. Everything's beneficial to run at a lower. So it's better to put them on now. Let's just do that. And then I can do a non-convoluted manifold system going up the very top there. This needs to go away. So I'm going to redo the cooling system with pumps instead of doing it like that because it would take me a million years. Let's put symmetry on so I can try to get through this. Because I still have to program this. This is easy to program. It's not a big deal. Oh, come on, dude. I'm going to make it simple. I'm not going to... I'll put stoichiometry in it. That's not really difficult or a challenge. It's just going to be something to do. Okay. All right, so we're going to put a cool snorkel system in too so that we can go down 100 meters while using our engine. Okay, that is done. Okay, so I undid all the mess that I made. I still need to be able to take from ballast water to do this, so I want to make this symmetrical. I want to take from both tanks or else I'm going to have to worry about cross-feeding them the whole time. So I don't want to worry about cross-feed. I just want to do it. All right, let's merge that up. Stick a block here. Let's do this. Did I just screw myself? I don't think I did. Okay, good. I was afraid that I deleted something that I was then going to have to reconnect. This I think was that there. Come on, man. Give me a fluid port. Just give me your regular block I'm spinning around trying to get it going here. All right. I think we're back to parity here. That is down one. Yep, I've screwed myself here. That's fine. Take off symmetry to just fix this. Cut this. Go over here. Merge that up. Okay, that works. Let's put in the pyramid. Okay, that's done. Okay, so now we're going to take from both sides here. Okay, beautiful. All right, so we're gonna pull from both sides, and that's how we're gonna do our cooling. So, what's this? I didn't add that because symmetry wasn't on as usual. Okay, all right, we're starting to get back to where we need to be here. Okay, so these are gonna go forwards. Okay. I'm going to grab. Nope, let's go. Can I go down? I can't go down with them because that's in the way. Okay, let me just go forwards then. Let's go up a pipe length. Go like this. Okay. I want to connect these with a T in the center. T in the center. Okay, I think I'm going to actually go one more further because I want to put them on the other side of the like that. I don't want to put that that liquid to liquid heat exchanger too far away because I'm afraid that it's going to cause me to have too much. I'm going to have to worry about rebalancing the weight essentially. So that's up one. That's beautiful. Okay, good. All right, so that's not going to work. Awesome. Okay. Let me do this. I think we have nice flat sides. I hope we have nice flat sides. Can I get to all this? Smiled upon. Smiled upon I am. That's beautiful. That was going to be a mess. So I was going to have issues getting to it. You got to be kidding me now. Those can go there. And then I need to move this forward one. I just moved that other one forward to put this there, and then I screwed it up. So let's go forward one like that. Okay, let's get in here. I'm just going to put some blocks in here for now until I fill that in. I thought I deleted you. You did not delete. Okay, good. All right, so now I'm gonna run pipe through the walls essentially. Okay, so now I need a pump. Okay, so this is gonna take ballast water. Okay. It's gonna take ballast water out. Okay. And I want to go. Let me read the sides here. Fluid in B, fluid out B. Okay. So now I need to do this. I'm just dying on space here already. This is going to be nuts, dude. This is going to be really nuts to get this to work right. I'm just making this super complicated, and it's just going to be an ugly, 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 ugly mess to fix. Actually, you know what? I can't overcome the pump out. I was going to say I'd pump the water out, but I... All right, so let me uncomplicate this to the nth degree. I'm trying to think. Nope. Let me do this the right way. It's gonna be rough. It's gonna be rough routing all these pipes. It really will be. But I think the end product will work. It'll work well. I think if we take a shortcut here, it's going to be an ugly mess where the cooling system doesn't work, and it effectively makes our cooling of our engine useless. And then I'm going to have to redo it again. So let's do this. Okay, so let's follow the track of this. So the water comes out of the ballast tanks. It's pumped out by this pump here. It goes all the way down here, and it goes into the B side of this tank. This is going to be the cooling side. The top loop, the A loop, that's going to cool the engine. Okay. Now we need to come on the B side, and we need to re-emerge in the world, and I need to put it back into the ballast tanks. And hopefully I can do it right here. Yes! This needs to move, but beyond that, we're in good shape here. Okay, we're not as much bad shape as I thought we were going to be here. Actually, can I fit this here without this? I bet this interacts if I put it here. Yeah, that interacts. That I can't. That I can do. That can fit there. That's where that's going now. This game is called Move the Fluid Meter 28 times, I think is what this is called. Outside there. Okay. All right, so this is going to work. So essentially what I'm doing is, remember, when we get down to a certain depth, we can no longer pump. Our pumps are not strong enough to pump out the water. And so that works for cooling too. We're not going to be able to take water in and ever get it out again. It's stuck inside. And we can't afford to have water stuck inside. We need that water out. So what we can do is we can put it in our ballast tanks because our ballast tanks are at a lower pressure. All right, and so with lower pressure ballast water, we can actually pump that around. Now we're going to heat up our ballast water. There is 2,000 liters of water in here. If we think that we're going to heat that up so fast and so hot that we can't run our engines, we have bigger problems than that. So let's go. We have a bigger problem if that's how much I need this motor to run. Okay. All right, so now we're going to go back into the ballast system. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to go like that. We're going to take, oh, come on. Symmetry wasn't on. Symmetry, please. 1, 2, T-piece. Beautiful. Okay, so now we have that. Let's grab the pump. Okay, so now hopefully that pump's enough to push it through. If not, I'll add a pump. I'm going to try to not add this pump if I don't have to. Okay, so let's go. Okay, I'm trying to figure out where I need to go with that. Okay, so we need to come straight. We need to come down because I need to make space for the cooling loop. Okay, symmetry's back on. I want some. Come on, man. I spend like half my time trying to fix the no symmetry issues. It's very frustrating to me. Okay, there we go. Okay, we're starting to get where we need to be here. Let's undo that last one here. Symmetry's on, man. Just kill the block. I'm gonna get an F word here in 2 seconds. Oh, come on, man. You're just doing me a disservice now. Just stop. Okay. All right, we're in business here. We're going to probably need a pump there, but I want to fight the urge to put a pump in there so far. And then we have plenty of space. I can put it in if need be. Okay. All right, so we have a loop. We suck water out of the ballast tanks. The water goes through the B side of the cooler. It comes out. It comes back. Why did I double this up? I don't know, because I wasn't paying attention probably. Okay, there we go. That's better. Okay, so it comes out of the B side. It goes up, and it goes up here, and it pushes it back into the ballast tanks. So our outside loop cooling water is ballast water. Beautiful. Okay. Let's do, so my manifold's connected up top. Did I connect my cylinders? All my cylinders are connected. Okay, good. So I'm going to steal, so we're going to do the cooling loop here, the engine cooling loop. All right. So we need to go A side for this. I'm going to do this. It's going to be ugly as sin, but it doesn't matter. This section we're never going to go in. So, you know, I don't care. Can I go here? I can, but I can't. So let me drag this down a little bit, and that will fix. Let me drag this down. This is going to make this a little bit easier here. Cut that. We'll go down one block. We have just one block to spare too. Okay. Symmetry back on. All right. So I'm going to keep very keen eye on the symmetry, because it's frustrating me that I'm always not on symmetry when I want to be. So I need to keep a keen eye on symmetry so that I don't go insane. All right. So I'm going to take a manifold section. All right, this allows you to go further without having to worry about flow issues. Okay. Now I want to take a cooling manifold. Cooling manifold is going to go on the end of that. All right. So now a pump. Let's see, where's the... That's fluid in. Okay, so pump is going to face the A side. Pump, where... I just had a pump. Where'd you go? Okay, there, it's going to go that way. You know what? Let's do this. Delete that, delete that. Let's put one more manifold section on so I don't have to make the turn. All right, so this is going to take our cooling to the engine itself. Let's take a pump. Let's pump this direction. Okay, that's better. All right, now I want symmetry. There, there, and there. Okay. All right, we're wrapping up this cooling loop. This is a much better way to do it. Again, this is work, but it's going to pay off, I think. It's going to get us a much better cooling loop that actually we don't have to worry about. Like I was going to say, oh, well, we're not going to be going that deep. Well, if we try to run our Snorkel deep, we're going to be in deep trouble. Okay, so this is going to, our cooling water for our engine is going to go to here. We're going to push the water like this. The water is going to go through. It's going to go through the A loop. It's going to come out. It's going to go around. It's going to go circle, 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 circle. This is going to draw water out of the ballast tanks. It's going to push it back. It's going to push it through here. It goes around the corner, through there. It goes over here. It comes up, and then it pushes it back equally into the ballast tanks. All right, nice. All right, so that's going to keep our ballast tanks circulating and cooling our engine. It's going to give me stress, that. Okay, so let's work on, next thing I want to work on the Snorkel. All right, so I need to watch my center of gravity is actually still a little bit forward, which is fine. I want a winch. Okay. I want this winch. This winch here, a huge winch is too much. Huge winch is 400 weight. This whole thing weighs, that would be over 10% of the weight. No way. This is 100. That's already going to be nuts. All right, so we have to be careful with this one as it is. I might even cut this in here to get this more centralized, but I'm going to try it. I'm going to try it here. Okay, that actually might have helped us a little. All right, now I'm going to take this and I'm going to cut it. Where's the... input there. Ooh, that's gonna work. It's gonna work. All right, this is gonna go down like this. Okay, paste that like that. Merge this like this. Okay, so what is this all about? I'm going to release a buoy. This buoy is going to have fluid intake on it, and that's going to allow us to suck air in. So as long as we, I believe this has a 100-meter range, 100 meters. So we can go down to 100 meters and hopefully run our diesel motor. All right, now we might have issues pumping, but we're going to try that. All right, and so what I was all excited about was where the hose lined up there. All right, so I need an air manifold, which will go. Let me see, where can my diesel? I want to make sure I can run my diesel here. I always have like 1,000 things in my way. Go to symmetry off. Okay, so I have plenty of space to run my fuel. That's fine. Okay, so air is going to go. Air is going to go right here. Air manifold. Air manifold, please. Where are you? There you are. Okay. That's going to go here. Okay. All right, I'm going to run a regular air pump into it from there. Okay. Okay, so that's going to suck air out of the hose here, and it's going to put it into my air manifold. Now I need a fuel manifold. So this here is my fuel, and so I need to combine these, which isn't a big deal. This is going to go, symmetry should be off, so for those yelling at the screen, symmetry, I need it off for this right now. That is annoying, though, when you're interacting with another block and it won't let you flip what you want to flip, like that. Okay. Let's go like that. And I think I'm going to go starboard side. Beautiful. Okay, so we're making progress here. Thank Godzilla. And let's go like that. Okay, are we aligned with where I want to be? Yes, we are. Okay, next is going to be a T-pipe. That's going to take our fuel to our fuel manifold. All right. Where do I'm going to put the fuel manifold. Come on, give me the right thing. And undo that block that I just put there. Did I just put a block there? I did. Okay, that one right there. Fuel manifold. Okay. Here's a fuel manifold for us. We're going to go right here. Okay. And then this is going to come down and connect to our 2 fuel tanks. So this should give us plenty of fuel to have some putting around room. Kind of going around a bend again, which I didn't want to have to do, but whatever. Come on, man. Don't do this to me where you flip like 9 times. It's annoying. Yeah, working in tight spaces like this can just be horrendous because you're just constantly having to flip everything around and try to fly around and hide in the build somewhere. And it's hard to conceptualize when you can't really see it. Okay, so fuel is connected. All right, we're in business here. All right, let's build the snorkel. I need a break. I'm not going to go into this. Seems like this will be more fun. I'm not quite ready to be punished with a microcontroller yet. All right, so let's spawn this really quick. I'm going to make sure everything's holding. Okay, good. Balance is good. That winch actually helped us balance a little bit. Okay, beautiful. All right, let's save. Let's do a save before I have problems. Okay. What I'm going to do here is I just saved, so let's double check that. Check the time. Yep. Okay. I'm going to do a new, and I'm just going to do some testing here. I need to find what will float the. I need to find what will float the buoy I'm making here. What would you connect this tire to here? Do you just need multiple blocks or what, dude? Okay. Symmetry's not on, which is precious. Okay, tire. Let's try it. I wonder what the buoyancy is on this. Will this sucker float? It would be cool if it floated. That would be really cool, but I doubt it floats. Sinks like a stone. Okay, where is it even? Oh, there it is, B. Okay. That sinks like a stone. Okay, new. I'm trying to find what I can get that floats pretty reliably. Will a tank filled with nothing float? I can't remember if it does or not. Tank filled with nothing. Do you float, sir? Let's go 0. I don't think I can run air through that anyways, but let's spawn it. You do float. That's cool. Okay. Let me try something. It's doubtful, but let's try it. I don't know if I could pass air through here. All right, let me. I'm not going to worry about passing air through here. That's just going to be, I think, too much nonsense. Let's see what the minimum I can kind of do here is and get this working the way I want it to work here. All right, so I want that like that. Let me do a. I hate, it's nice that they put the pass-throughs in the fuel, but the issue is, I hate the way they look. So this could be kind of cool. So what I'm trying to do is make a floating buoy that I can then hopefully use to float my snorkel. So I'm trying to do a weight test, see can I float this with the things that I need to make a buoy. And if the answer is yes, we're in good shape. So let's spawn that float. Oh, they're full of diesel, I think. Yeah, they're full of diesel. I need to empty them. It's doing the thing where I have to swim all the way down to get it. Okay. I kind of like the look of it too. It looks kind of cool. Looks like, oh, you're killing me. Right there. Let me 0, 0, 0, and 0. Okay, spawn it. I want this good buoyancy out of this. Why? Is it the pipes? Dude, I hate that when it does that. Okay. Let's get rid of the pipes. Make sure it's not the pipes causing me problems here. I just deleted my tanks too, so I need to back it up. Phone's going off too, which isn't helping me concentrate. Okay, those are connected, as you can see. 0, 0, 0, 0 spawn. I might need medium tanks, we'll see. Okay, those are floating. The pipes were enough to sink them, which is scary to what I'm trying to do here. Everything on my phone's going off. Jesus, do not disturb. Okay. Let's double these up. I'm thinking if I don't double them up, we're going to be in trouble anyway. So let's. I want to pass the test, and then after I pass the test, I can screw around and decide. I'll probably use. I'll do. I don't like these smaller ones anyways. Let's do 2 mediums and just kind of leapfrog ahead to where I want to be. Okay, 2 mediums. That's not too much space. Pull the diesel before I forget and spawn them with diesel in them. Okay. Let's see. The minimum thing I need here is I'm going to take a block, put it back where I just had it. Go like this. Go like that. I'm going to go down 1. I'm going to go T-piece because I don't actually want that connecting to anything. Nope, need a cross piece. Let's do this instead. Let's go cut that. Let's go straight enclosed pipe. There we go. Let's do a filter. That filter will allow only air in. Off, 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 off. Off, off, off. Okay, let's do an air filter here. It doesn't have to be this one, but I'm just going to put that in there. I know it resembles a shape. Let's not talk about it. Okay, that's going to go down. I don't want too much weight. Let's see, we're at 23 mass. Let's cut one more. Okay, I know it resembles something. We all see it. Spawn that. See if it floats. Is it going to go spinning off into oblivion? Okay, can you take a weight block and still behave yourself? Okay. No. Okay, weight block's too heavy. Oh, Jesus, man. Come on, man. Just stop misbehaving for me here. Why is that floating again? Now it's floating. There's nothing in there. It's a block floating, dude. Just do it. Okay, so this actually might float. It's going to float the exact opposite direction that I want it to, but it floats. Oh my God. Sometimes. Just give me the little block, please. Thank you. Oh, you're an angel. Okay. I don't want that block. You go away. Okay. All right, so my test is upside down, which that doesn't bode well. Okay, so let me run it the other way. Okay, hose. I need that top section. See, I wish we had like a foam block. There's so many times where you just need something that that has a lot of buoyancy. I'm not gonna select the filter again. I don't care what it takes in at the moment. I'll make it look less phallic. Okay. Okay, do you float to the surface and behave yourself? Okay, no matter what I do, you're gonna... Okay, it's gonna pendulum down. I need to have a counter pendulum. I've had to do this before with buoys. I actually have a buoy. I could build a buoy, but I'm trying to keep this compact. Okay, I want a... Let me try to keep it as light as possible. I need to keep this light. So that's going to go there. I want to filter. Okay. Then I want to go down. Let's go a bunch of blocks down to a hose. To a hose anchor, like so. Does this float upright? Yes, it does. Okay, so almost. Okay, so it just needs more weight on the pendulum to keep it upright. That's fine. It needs more weight on the pendulum. Okay. I've had to do this on buoys before, so it's not the end of the world. I think it could take 2 weight blocks. So let's go 2 weight blocks. Symmetry's on, and there we go. Okay. All right, so what I want this to do is I want not to sit at the bottom like that, like a dummy, but and I don't want to launch a block because you make me swim down to get the build. Okay, I didn't build this build area, you did. Okay, let's cut this and go up. We'll try 3. If that doesn't work, we know we're getting in trouble here with this concept working. Okay, so let me kind of explain what I'm doing. You know, it might be like, what's he building? So essentially I need this to float, which it looks like it's doing right. Okay, and I need this to sit above the water, which periodically it's doing. Okay, and I need it to sit upright, and I need that air filter to sit in the air, which it appears to be doing. Okay, there. So this is our buoy. All right, now this is just to keep it upright. And so what I'm going to do is tow this along and connect it to the hose so that we can feed our diesel engine air from below. All right, so we are working here. We are in business, cooking with gas, cooking with gasoline. All right, there. Now I'm going to double the buoyancy because I don't have time for these games. Just want it to work. And let's go like that. That's a double buoy. It's bigger than I like, but it's way bigger than I like. But let me see, because I have another thing I want to do here. So I'm going to further complicate this because as is my way. Okay. Cut that, go down one. See if this works. I should have checked the weight of the piston. Piston really that heavy? Apparently it is. I'm going to just swim down for it because watch, it's going to tell me I can't retrieve it. Okay, what's the weight? 64. See, what's the piston weigh? Piston weight, it only weighs 5. It's the same as 5 pipes. Let me do 1, 2, 3. See if this will work for me here. Cut that. Like, this is super light, too. At this point, I might make a custom buoy. We'll see. 59. How? Oh, it's full of diesel. I didn't empty the diesel tanks. I know this one's getting super long, but somebody requested longer videos. No, it's once I'm on a roll, I kind of stick with the theme, and then when I switch themes, I'll kind of switch it up. Okay, I know what was up. Those tanks were full of diesel. So if the tanks are full of diesel, that's going to be an issue. These can go. I don't need those blocks. They're just adding mass to me here. Okay, merge that. Okay, spawn that. Hopefully this sticks above the water. Oh, you are an angel. Will you stick above the water, or will you try to flip over like a dope? Flipping like a dope seems to be the order of the day here. Doing the exact opposite of what I need. Okay. So these are good tests. We'll end it here. In the next one, I'll start by working on this buoy. So let me kind of show you. So I'm just going to get rid of that. Let me show you what I'm, the reason why I'm doing this. Okay, so what's going to happen here is I want to be able to go down to about 100 meters and still breathe air. All right, and so this winch will let out 100 meters of cable. So what's going to, hose. So what's going to happen is that buoy is going to sit in the back here. We're going to release 100 meters of cable. On the top of that is going to be a filter and an air filter so that water can't come in. We're going to suck in air. It's going to come down the hose. It's going to go in through here. It's going to go into our engine. So we can run our diesel down to 100 meters. Then once we get below 100 meters, we have to start running our just on electricity. So this will give us more range. Will also allow us to get some recharge going. All right, so in the next video, we'll start working on that. All right, thanks for watching.